just and how we can affect energy, how this will demonstrate how one person can affect the energy of another person very simply, and also how other elements and other conditions in life affect our energy very quickly, positive and negative, and also how the body works on an energetic level. So if you just bring this arm out for me, and I'm just going to push down fairly firm. It's not a muscle contest. I don't want you just to resist, okay? So that's fairly firm. The more I pushed physically, you know, the more Adrian would need to resist. But we're just after a test, if you like. So I'm just firmly pushing down. Adrian's holding there, okay? So if I was to show you an example of changing a meridian's energy, so we have the large intestine channel, which runs up here, over the arm, runs up through the neck and finishes here, okay? And it only runs downwards. So it starts here and it only runs downwards around the flow. It only goes one way. So it's running down. So if I test you again, nice and strong, okay, it's reasonably good. If I promote that energy and get you to test again, does that feel stronger? There's less effort in having to hold it up. And it's only very temporary. Within about 6 to 10 seconds, it restores itself. So I'm not going something to die or anything. Where no, it didn't. I'm just taking that energy the wrong way. So we actually get the expression rubbing him up the wrong way. It's actually, a lot of these things actually come from, believe it or not, China. These expressions we have. So I'm rubbing the energy the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Okay, and hold for me. Yes. And it weakens. You need to start using the energy, and that restores very quickly. Okay, after a few seconds, it's back to normal. So you have to kind of use more energy. If I use this one, so you're not getting tired, nice and strong. Okay, from there, if I rub this point, for example, on the large intestine channel, hold, nice and strong. It's called turning on and off the points. If I turn that off, then the point goes off. So similarly, if I knew that point and I was to block and strike Adrian at that point, for example, it would turn that point off temporarily, things like that. So we can use it in a martial arts sense, or we can use it in a healing sense. If Adrian came along and said, "Oh, I'm just really sore, and I can't," the classic one, "I can't get my arm up," and it sounds funny, but I say the classic one, a lot of people say, "Oh, just that really sore somewhere," and I say, "Can you get your wallet?" And that's a classic one, "Oh, it's really sore to there." So I would actually look at massaging all of the points along that associated channel, and some points you might go, "Oh, that's sorer than the others." Okay, so we work more there, we promote the energy, that sort of stuff, and we test it again, and they're sort of like, "Oh, gee, that's better." Because it's just a matter of restoring that energy from there. Okay. So another example of these dantians that we can focus on. So if I just ask Adrian to stand, just sort of relax, legs apart a little bit, knees a little bit bent, and fairly firm. And I'm not going to attack too strong, it's just an example. So I'm just going to push, and I'll just get you to resist so that you don't fall over backwards, obviously. Okay, so nice and strong, just resisting, push towards me. So we've got a reasonably firm posture, okay? And if I disturb the dantian, so I'm not getting weird or anything, if I just work on that energy centre, okay, from there, just sort of influencing that energy, okay, I'm just influencing that point, okay, and resist, and it weakens it, you feel it, there's just that base tends to go from there, so and that's because the energy's centred, and I'm actually just drawing it away, I'm moving that energy, almost like a candle flame kind of loses and it almost blows out temporarily, you know, that kind of feel. And the other example we use is, for example, okay, the arms out, or arm out again, just nice and strong for me. Okay, that's good. So remembering the central channel runs up the centre of the body. So if I just temporarily disrupt or reverse that flow of chi, and you feel it weaken just a little bit. And it can depend on the person as well. That was reasonably strong. It can depend on the person, that meridian at that time of the day, how healthy and strong the person is. A lot of these Qigong and Tai Chi masters, none of this stuff really works on them. You know, there's ways that they develop their energy differently, so it's quite different. And another really spooky one that works really well is just how we think. Okay, do you have a favourite food that you just love eating? Something you just like, oh.
Yeah, I love all foods, but I can think of one right now. Yeah, the moussaka.
Okay, so moussaka. So I just want you to hold the arm out nice and strong for me, resisting. So that's nice and strong. With your other hand, just close your eyes and just imagine that you're putting a spoonful or a handful of that in your mouth, and literally just take yourself to that point where you can taste it, how good it tastes. Okay, just try that for me. So you're chewing it, it's in your mouth. You've got the taste in mind. It's very, very enjoyable. Yep. And resist for me. Okay, and there's actually a little bit more strength there because our energy changes. Our energy empowers us when we think of something positive, something yummy. If I said to you, picture something really great in your life that, and a classic one is if you're freshly in love or something like that, that energy's like you can almost stand on people's arms. The energy's like. Is there a food you don't like or makes you sick, or you have an allergy to?
No, not really.
No, very lucky. Anything that you just don't like the taste of? Or picture a negative experience for me, something you're in control of, but just picture someone you don't like, you just don't like being around, they annoy you, whatever, or an experience you've had recently that's just unpleasant. You don't have to say what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and just bring it into mind, just relive it for a few seconds. Okay, and resist. And it weakens us. And if you extend that just for a moment to yourself and sort of think of a negative experience you've had recently, or someone that you've had an argument with, you feel your energy drained, don't you? Oh, that person's, we use those expressions, that person's so drained, and you really feel weak. Or, oh man, that's so good, you know? And your energy changes rapidly. Imagine you go home today, you check your mailbox, you open up, and here's this bill, unexpected bill for $2,000 or something. Oh, right? Or imagine going home and you open it up, and here's this unexpected check for $2,000 or something for something paying, and the energy changes, doesn't it? That's good.
Thank you.
So